Welcome to the mixed world of Hyrule. This is yet another game in the Challenge Cup. My name is Angels. Joining me today on the mic is Quiz Bowl. How are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Way too tired for this, but let's do it anyway.
That's right. So we've got some great action for you. This is round 2, game 1 of LavanFirestorm versus Amarith Alterna. It's going to be a great hype race today. What are you expecting from the seed today?
If we are going to follow the trend that we have seen for the most of the matches so far in the tournament, expect something to be in a weird location.
Let's see. How about we make the calls right now? Let's say, let's do hammer on catfish today. How's that sound?
A little hammer action on the friendly neighborhood catfish. That sounds funny. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a medallion in a pendant dungeon.
Alright. Well, it looks like we're off here, and we're starting off, and well, one of those 3 medallions is going to be gone because we got Ether and Link's house.
Yeah, and it seems both our runners are starting from Link's house, and that was a red pendant in Desert and a 5-6 up in Hera.
Sounds like Amarith's got a nice little MSU pack going on here with some alternate music. Sounds pretty nice today. As we go to the tree pole, we see 4 hearts.
Let's hope that this Majora's Mask music is doing good. Well, that is at least one thing good, the Moon Pearl already.
Yeah, nice to have that out of the way early. That's one of 3 items that we're going to need for our Dark World access. Ooh, Red Cane.
Okay, at least they have weapons, so we could choose to do the front of escape already. And it looks like that is exactly what Amarith is gonna do.
Now with only those 2 green pots of magic, looks like he's going to go back and farm up a little bit more to make sure that he has enough firepower to make it all the way to the end.
That is a good choice. Could have also chosen to check what the tier 2 tree pole is. We can have to see if that is gonna be happening now though. Nope, we're just gonna be happy with half magic bar.
Meanwhile, Lavan's going to check out our forest.
I like how it is the mayor's office music here in the castle. But a nice $50 here for Firestorm in inside the hideout in Lost Woods.
Yeah, it's going to be enough to buy a pack of bombs, which will definitely take care of all the needs down in Kakariko.
Yeah, or he has decided to go into blind or Kakariko and hope that he gets a bomb pack there. That would put in a good rupee situation for the bottle vendor.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of preference if you want to be guaranteed bombs, or there are quite a few bombs down there in the prize pack. We see our first glove over here on Amarith's side.
That is gonna hurt for Firestorm.
Yeah, he may not make it back to the escape for a little while, and sometimes you try to put off the escape until you find your first glove, so that way you can kind of drop into the back of escape. So he may not be going up there for a while, or at least until he finds a better weapon than that red cane.
Yeah. A nice little magic refill there for Amarith.
right before
item.
getting half magic.
Yes, because I said that. That was the only reason why that was there.
Alright, Amrith going to be retracing Lavan's footsteps here as Lavan checks the well.
He's rewarded with a handful amount of rupees, so we'll be able to check Bolavander directly after this and we'll not have to go in and farm rupees.
Yep, we were just concerned there for a second, but that 300 drop takes away that and gets us almost all halfway to Zora money.
Yeah.
Bush Crab just giving us green rupees today, not going to be a viable farming spot.
And Lumberjack today, I actually missed that was really quick, but look at that! We already have Dark World access, thanks to that glove in blind.
That's right, once Amrith catches up, that'll be the Titan's Mints, and that'll be everything we need to get into the Dark World there at Kakariko. Yeah, Lumberjack Ledge, we saw that briefly. It was just a hint of blue. It could have been the Boomerang or a 5 rupee. Not entirely sure which one it was, but it doesn't seem like it's anything these runners are going to want to go back for.
If it is the blue Boomerang, that is a nice quality of life item to have in GT and in Naga Tower, but...
Yeah, it just depends on how many NMG strats these runners are familiar with. If you're really comfortable with NMG strats, that's something that people really want to grab onto.
Oh, look at that, Emerith getting a lucky 8 bomb pack from the guard there.
Yeah, it looks like the guards today have like the really good prize pack with the red rupee, the full magic refill, the 8 backup bombs, and I think one of them will actually be a fairy. So that's something to keep in mind later in some of the dungeons. If you can keep track of which item or which enemies have which item prize pack, you can maybe get a refill or at the right time.
Yeah. And we also had that ball, of course, from Blindside Out. Did not see if Firestorm did check that.
I think he did. I think it was just a piece of heart, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Lavan now doing the South Shore check, starting off with the dam.
Right now, one horrible thing that could happen for Firestorm. Imagine if he would find the hammer somewhere here on his South Shore check. How long do you think it would take before it goes back to the castle?
Well, I thought we already established that the hammer was going to be on the catfish today.
I know, I'm just speculating.
Yeah, well, yeah, if that's the case, yeah, the hammer's going to send him way off in another direction, and he might even think about escape until it's way late in the match. We see the flippers over there, which is a nice find, just as we're about to jump into the Lake Hylia right after the South Shore checks.
Would you really want to put on some damn flippers though? And here we have one of the irritating things, using bombing against the Minimodems are not the easiest sometimes.
Yeah, and unfortunately just so low on health, the bomb will do a full heart of damage, but the mold arms do a full heart of damage. It looks like he just got outmaneuvered. Oh, correction, it was the level 1 shield on Sick Kid today.
Aw, gone if you see the cute little paper shield.
Yes, the Fisher Price My First Shield.
But this is interesting. Firestorm deciding that using bombs against blue guards and red guards are much easier. I'm gonna go to the castle.
Well, now that is a scenario that sometimes runners will practice for in standard modes. The uncle gives you a weapon to do the escape with, and sometimes the uncle gives you 10 bombs. So some of the runners that like to do standard will actually practice these particular bomb strats.
And it was beautiful executed by Firestorm. And look at Emerith. Emerith decided to go right ahead and do the blind check here of race game.
Rewarded with a single heart, not bad, but probably not something you would have done if you had known that ahead of time.
Oh, this might actually be Emerith decides to. I have already Dark Woods. I'm gonna go into Bullet of Outcast and Skull Woods and see exactly what I can find.
Yeah, that's a good point. With this, you could actually complete Thieves Town with this loadout, with that red cane.
Yeah. And Firestorm being a little bit lucky there, losing bomb so he wouldn't be able to kill a blue guard, but got the magic drop from the guard, making so he could finish this place off. Oh, don't you just love it when Turlock is one of the 5-6 crystals?
Yep, that means you're going up and down the mountain quite a few times.
Yeah. It was also a green pendant Skull Woods and a blue pendant Ice Palace. Yeah, Emerith decides that I'm gonna check the intensity of Bullet Outcast before dipping into Town, which is probably a good decision.
Yeah, with everything in there hitting like a truck, you don't want to be accidentally passing up a mail upgrade or a couple extra hearts in one of these few checks right outside Thieves Town. Lavan pulling another bottle of blue goo out of the back of Escape, and it looks like he's going to try and navigate it backwards in the dark to see if he can figure out what's in the Dark Cross chest.
And to be honest, having the blue cane for that, it is a very, very nice one. You can just run around and not worry about where that rat is. You will run into it eventually.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest elements, is the randomness behind that rat. So it's great to be able to deal with it easily that way.
So the flippers were underneath the water at Swamp Palace.
Yep, someone dropped their flippers in the bottom of the dam.
Yeah, let's go with that theory. Yeah, didn't quite see if there was anything special there in the back of in the Dark Cross.
Yeah, unfortunately, not every item shows up when you pull it out of chests that are in dark rooms, and so maybe we'll have to just keep an eye on this pause menu, see if we see anything that needs to be added to the tracker.
Yeah. So we're gonna see round 2 now for LavanFirestorm against those pesky minimal Moldorms.
Yeah, and this time he's got magic, so he can use this cane to its full effect.
Nice thing with Red Cane is that it takes 2 hits of either they run into the cube or a fire shot. So it's very easy to kill the mini Moldorms with it. They are checking mini Moldorm here. 20 rupees, a piece of heart, 10 arrows, and 50 rupees. Dun dun dun. And that's a very nice. Yeah, that is a very nice place to bug out on.
Amrith here doing a pretty good job of dodging all of these enemies here in the Hellway.
Yeah, absolutely. It was unfortunate that the enemy bugged out there a bit, so had to go out in and out again. But also like that to be a little bit careful here. This is one of the most dangerous areas in the early game.
Yeah, I'd mentioned that these crabs up here do 2 hearts, but LaVan's at half a heart, so it wouldn't matter what mail you have. One touch will kill anyone at 1/2 a heart.
Yeah. Ooh, a very nice cape there for Emerith.
Yeah, that's a nice safety item that you could use on blind, but unfortunately, without a sword, you're going to have to use a different item. But fortunately, the blue cane works as well.
Yeah.
Looks like LaVan's thinking of a Zora play here, going in and farming up these 20 rupees here. Just a couple more visits, and you'll have everything he needs to go up to Zora.
Yeah, it is a good choice, absolutely. You're also of course gonna have to comment with how appropriate that those flippers were next to Swamp.
Some nice dodging going on over there with Amareth.
Well, not for Firestorm though.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Emery here as well, don't have the hammers, so has to leave that big set behind. And yeah, there's an item in there, so hopefully it's nothing required.
We're starting off with these red cane strats, working out pretty well. I wonder if Amareth will switch to blue cane here in a minute.
Probably for last phase.
There we go.
Yeah, just grind away on the head. Receives some blueberries as compensation, but first blood has been received. Firestorm was over sniped there once again by the archer.
Alright, so while Amareth goes and does some more Dark World checks, we see nothing too much here in the Waterfall Ferry.
Yeah, wonder what the king of all the scammers have today.
Just a rupee on his ledge, so we won't have to continue after he finds out what the scammer has. Wow, was that a full 30 digs?
Yes, it was. And yeah, I hope right now that my prediction is right, because if that is, then where is that quake? Quake anyway. No bombos from those digs, and nothing from the scammer as well.
Alright, Amareth looks like we're going to go on a Frog World tour here. We're going to take him to a few locations and then save and quit out because we don't have the mirror yet, and that's the only way to get our little froggy fin back to the light world.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like LaVon's going to go ahead and commit to the Dark World now.
Yeah, it's a good choice to be honest. The only sex he had left was Eastern Palace and Shahashala, but we know that those can do a little bit later on. Hopefully we have the mirror so that you can go out in pod into it as well.
Alright, how high a high cape are we going to have today?
0 out of 10 probably.
Well, we're off to a great start with 20 rupees. Well, there's our first sword.
2 out of 10. Firestorm, they're using that red can to his advantage, be able to skip doing anything in that room. Oh, come on, Emery. Is that really nice to bring someone with you down into a crypt?
It's kind of humorous because he's going to have to save and quit out of this anyway.
Yeah.
And that is correct. Amaranth has not gone South Shore yet, so Amaranth doesn't have the flippers from the dam.
Yeah. And a nice use actually of Lavan there to get caught by that one.
Yeah, using that blue cane to avoid getting hit by those monsters there. They do 2 full hearts each. And with only 4 health, it's you definitely want to make sure you're safe.
Amen to that. Yeah, just a small key and a map here on the locked side. So, wonder what pinball room will have for us today.
It'll probably take us about 10 minutes to get to the chest with all the lag this blue cane is causing.
10 years later.
We find a small key and we death warp out.
Yeah. Well, it looks like our items are gonna be stuck on by the boss. Unless this is something.
Yeah, this is the last chest that LaVon can check.
Okay, so 1 compass and 1 item left in Skullwoods.
Yeah, and they will be officially fire rod locked because they are in the back part of the dungeon.
Say fire rod quickly 10 times.
Fire rod, fire rod, fire rod, fire rod, fire rod, fire rod.
Not the easiest, but a very nice find there from Emery, finding that mirror. And look at that, we also have the hook shot on bumper ledge.
Yeah, LaVon hasn't found the cape yet, but I believe it was here in the village of Outcast, so he'll find it soon and he'll know exactly where to get that.
Yeah, that one was up in the attic of Sheaftown.
And it's interesting to note the hookshot is allowed to be placed there. Some people think you need the hookshot to cross the gap that lets you there, but it is just possible to squeak by on the left side.
Yeah, that is one of the most interesting placements where you don't suspect one item could be.
Oh, and we completely missed that Amarith found the mirror. Was that on the smith chain? Well, regardless, with the mirror, that does give our runners the opportunity to maybe go up Death Mountain and get to Tower of Hera, although that hookshot does the kind of a similar thing as well.
And right now, because I don't have a hammer, the hookshot is almost even more required at this point.
I'm telling you, hookshot and catfish.
Could be.
Or not, sorry, not hookshot, hammer.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not Twilight Princess where you have two hookshot shots.
Oh, but imagine the possibilities.
Yeah, that it would be good. Imagine with how much fun you could have with the puffs, if that would have been the case.
Almost be like hovering.
Yeah.
Alright, back to the action here. Looks like our runners are just kind of retracing each other's steps. Hammerith doing the South Shore and the Lake Hylia checks here, checking the hobo under the bridge. Lavan making his way through Thieves Town here, again on very low health, just like Hammerith did.
So, what do you think about the possibility of Hammer out right now being in pod?
Well, that is interesting because with the flippers, you are able to get there. You just jump into the dark Lake Hylia, and there's a dock on the north side that you have to get to. But that's kind of one of those fringe cases that not too many people think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But until we find a bow, most of these runners are probably going to try and stay away from the pod eastern combination altogether.
It makes sense. Okay, the Halloween now for Firestorm. Have to be a bit careful. We'll die to everything in here now.
Yeah, now one difference that LavanFirestorm has here over his opponent is he has access to 2 blue potions, and so he could be thinking that he's going to commit to popping one of those pretty quickly, refill his health and his magic, and be able to keep using that blue cane.
Yeah.
Alright, now Lavan's got that cape, and you imagine he's immediately thinking of that hookshot he saw, and how much it would help in that room with the grasshoppers.
Yeah. He has a lot of possibilities to pick up hearts along the way, so he should be fine. He has also the blue goo, has cave, has blue cane. He should be able to stay safe.
Yeah, once you make it past the attic, there's the heart there that he just picked up. There's 2 more hearts in the maiden's prison, and then there's 1 more right before blind. So that's one of the important things when you're doing this stuff on low health, is just keeping track of where all the hearts are and knowing how to get them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look at that. He's being rewarded with a full magic canister as well, but takes a hit. Oh, Emery is gonna miss the hookshot now. That is unfortunate.
Now, he is going to unlock the restart point here, so perhaps next when he sees the hookshot, it won't be that big of a deal to come back.
Yeah.
This, of course, is a sequence break, so you are expected and required to have the lamp to get through here, but knowing the pathway, you can get through and bypass the normal requirements. It's interesting to do this because you can also kind of tell a little bit about what the seed expects you to do by the items you find. For example, if you find the flute up here, you know that lamp is somewhere before that in the sequence.
Yeah, and that is honestly really, really good information to get. So only 20 rupees on top of the spectacle rock.
Oh, and that was a rod there inside.
A very, very nice location for that one.
Yeah, I didn't quite see if it was fire or ice, but it doesn't matter. Both of them are required since Trinex will have to be killed this seed.
I think it was a nice rod though.
It is the ice rod.
Is Amish gonna be able to do the long jump here? No, that is the longest bomb jump you have to do in the game. To make that one, you have to clip a little bit into the wall on the right side to be able to make it across.
Yes, I think I've gotten it myself once. It is a very tough one to set up.
Absolutely. It will save you a lot of time if you are able to get it though, so...
Alright, Lavan's on the blind fight, kind of doing a similar strategy here, starting with red cane. We'll probably be switching to blue.
Lavan, grab a wall, quick! Okay, he was fine. He was really close though.
Just one pixel of magic left.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been scary. He still had his blue goo though, so he should be fine either way there. But ooh, might be Firelord Terra today. Saved by the bell.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning. There's a new glitch that people have been working on here called the Harapod, where you use the hook shot to clip into that pot down there, but Hammerith doesn't have the hook shots, so it's a moot point.
Yeah, and honestly, when you get the big key here in the start and you decide to Harapod, sure, absolutely do it. You will not miss anything. However, if you choose to do that with a small key, you are basically saying, I'm gonna isolate whatever is in that big chest. Which is, it has definitely turned into a few losses here and there.
Yeah, it's kind of the same play as abandoning the item in the basement. There's a lot of races won and lost right on that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Emery's going for the safe strat here to get to the big chest, which rewards her with some blueberries.
Alright, let's get ready for some NMG Trolldorm action up here. It's gonna take 6 hits to take down the big worm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting some cape strats today.
No, you're not allowed to enter.
If we can get to him.
Yo, dude, he's getting so denied. Yeah, Emery, you should have started with the cape.
Yeah, that cape is real good resource here for, especially on Fighter Sword, when you're definitely going to get that speed up phase.
And just with the big cess to cover off in Safe Town, Emery's gonna have to leave an item behind. But yeah, that is 2 crystals for Emeryth. And yeah, it is actually only 2 items away to get the other 5-6 crystal. Possibly. Might need 3 or 4.
Alright, look at this. Lavan's gonna go ahead and go for a dip here and get over to the pod area.
Yeah, we are probably gonna see if your prediction is correct in about 5 minutes.
Yep, betting he'll take a detour to look at the pyramid real quick, but then we'll head up to see our good friend the catfish.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I really appreciate the Song of Soaring being the MSU music for the transition in those warps.
Yeah. Out of the MSU packs, which one has been your favorite?
I heard a good one that was the Octopath Traveler soundtrack recently. That was a good one.
Ooh, I can imagine. My favorite is probably Twilight Princess, though. I did also hear one which was basically a Link to the Past, but very grady, hard metal track, which was also pretty nice.
Well, that's cool. I also know that there's an orchestral version too that you can put in there. So lots of possibilities here with the MSU options.
Yeah. Cadence of Hyrule is so good as well. But we're not gonna see what our friendly neighborhood catfish has today.
Show me the hammer.
Nope.
Starts with H.
We got a little love lesson to us today. Sam is also gonna go for the bomb jump. And beautiful setup as well. So probably gonna see Ameris now heading over second bumper and gonna probably also check that the graveyard edge while he's at it.
Yeah, the bumper cave up here is probably going to be sending Amarith back up the mountain here. Oh no!
That could be a thorn in her sides right now. Is he going back there though? But that does actually set up a Firestorm tech to get that hookshot before Amarith, and maybe even what is on Graveyard Edge as well.
Yeah, so Lavan will get that hook shot, and then he'll probably be thinking about the mountain, and he'll be able to retrace Amarith's steps a little bit easier, being able to just do it in one trip rather than two.
And the nice thing with Lavan having Mirror here is that he can head over to the right side, east side, do everything there, and then walk over to the left side and use mirror, and you can just enter Hera. Wait.
Ooh, watch out for those murder dactyls.
Yeah. Did that text just said that you needed hookshot?
No, the sign actually says you need cape but not hookshot. It's supposed to be an aid to newer players.
Ah, okay. Ooh, LavanFirestorm was not able to hold on to hard enough. Emmerich's try. Perfect to turn actually there. That is a one frame trick. Be able to do the turn there with the pot there. As if both of our runners are using their inventory to the fullest possibilities.
Yeah, those mortar dactyls do 3 full hearts of damage, and so at this hard count, they want to make sure that they are definitely safe.
Yeah. Well, that's just 50 rupees, so Emmerich will have to leave that one behind, but Emmerich working out here does signal to me that Emmerich is probably gonna head over to Catfish.
Yep, starting to look that way. We'll see if Emmerich decides to route in a checked pyramid ledge at the same time and get the red boomerang.
Yeah. Firestorm is gonna walk the same way, however. He did find that mirror. He will be able to route in Pod and the eastern area at the same time.
Yeah, between the two dungeons, there are 8 chests within them, and I don't think either of these runners have actually gone over to check Sahasra's back closet, so looks like about 11 items up for grabs. So I think Lavan's going to where he thinks the highest density is.
There are 4 items in east, and there are 5 in Pod, and there are 3 behind Sahasra.
And of course, none of those items are guaranteed because the runners don't have neither the bow or the hammer.
Yeah, absolutely. But we like to play with possibilities here on the randomizers.
Well, in a case of too little too late, it looks like our stun prize for this seed is a red rupee, so unfortunately we've bought everything we really need to buy this seed.
Yeah. Well, that is a beautiful, clean and new bottle that LavanFirestorm was able to get. Well, at least we have the lag meringue for both our runners today.
Yeah, for some reason, some of our runners, any boomerang is better than no boomerang, even if it is the slightly inferior version.
I guess.
I guess it also might help with menuing, if you know, just not having a blank space to pass over.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as they got that hammer, they will be able to use that spot very efficiently.
Loving these ice rod strats.
Yeah, those enemies needed to chill down a bit. Why is this music here?
I think that's the dancers' music from West Clocktown, if I'm remembering correctly.
Indeed it is. So I'm choosing to go into pod first. I can understand the fear there. It might be bow locked, so going in here first will just be okay. Time to go into Eastern. Otherwise, there's a lot of items in here, so I can understand with the prospect of going in here first.
Yeah, we'll know if it's bow locked if this first chest in here is not a key. And it's bow locked.
However, we're gonna see some bottle glitching in just a moment.
Yeah, this is a nice little trick where you can unlock the camera and then convince the game that the room is empty by just moving your enemies off the screen.
Very, very useful trick.
What kind of throw was that bomb throw there? It just bounced.
Yeah, that bomb was thrown to the right instead of downwards. And of course, this is a over 20-year-old game, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Ooh, Amaranth, I don't think you got far enough to the right here. The way this trick works is you're holding left as you move to the left, and you keep holding left as you chug your potion, and that's what causes the camera to glitch out.
Yeah. It's gonna have to explore using 2 potions here. It's able to get rid of the second one, but that is costly for Emerith's economy.
Alright, but you can see Amaranth just manipulate those mimics to go off the left side of the screen, and once the game sees there's no enemies on screen, the door opens.
Yeah. And LavanFirestorm was thinking of, okay, there is Bodok, there's probably nothing here, just find a hook shot, so why not go to the mountain? Since I'm here, I'm gonna take it anyway.
Okay, so since these runners are sequence breaking by going into the bow locked portion of pod, we know that we were not going to find the bow, or at least that's what I would say in V30. In V31 we have progressive bows, and so if perhaps silver arrows were back here for our runners to find, those silver arrows would be just the level 1 bow.
Yeah. Yeah, look what Emerith is doing here. Emerith is actually doing something smart here. Yeah, Emerith have counted how many small keys they got, and with the amount of small keys he has, there would have been a small key on that ledge, so can you just skip doing that one entirely and head to the back.
Yeah, key count very important here in pod, because you can mathematically determine whether you're going to be spending a key to get a key right there in that big key chest over there that we just went by. And same thing with the Harmless Hellway. You could be spending a key to get a key, although that one's not quite as punishing if you accidentally mess up and go for it.
Yep. Yeah, I like the whole aspect of spending a key to get a key to know that there was a key, but you spent a key to get a key. You are getting me?
Well, we got another key right there. Oh, and there's our last key. So because we found those keys there should be an item here in this Harmless Hellway chest. Or a map, which kind of counts, but it's not useful in this situation.
Yeah, but Amber had to take that one. Didn't want to leave behind. Okay, let's see if Amarith's navigation skills inside of a dark room which is filled with a maze is really good, as long as some enemies.
Looking good so far. We got one chest. Just a big
and interesting enough, Firestorm is choosing to do a hammer jump.
Very nice first try, but only for a stash of rupees.
Yeah.
And then that heart there is the last chest, and so we've completely cleared out Pod of any valuables that it might have.
Yeah. So they're just gonna up the mountain immediately, you know. So I'm looking at our items here. I feel like it's time to go into Ice Palace to get our access up to the mountain.
Ooh, that is a cruel thought. I like it.
Well, it's either that or first Estin Swamp. You can determine which one of them is more crueler.
Yeah, although, you know, there are still a good number of items that you can get on East Death Mountain with that hook shot now, so I get a feeling just for the density of items, it's probably more likely that we'll find something there on East Death Mountain.
Yeah. And still, not one of our runners have been to the desert yet. So, Hammer or the Lamp, the Dream in Agina.
Yeah, that's right. No one wants to go over the desert unless they specifically have a reason to, either the book or the flute to backdoor in the desert.
Yeah. So it looks like Firestorm has decided that it's time to go up the mountain.
Yeah, and Amherst only has a few checks left here in Eastern. And then after that, we'll probably see our runners sync up around the mountain.
Yeah.
Just interesting to see both of our runners in two different dark rooms at the same time.
But with that, we're gonna see Emerith go to the mountain. Why is it playing the dance music everywhere where there is an old NPC? I feel that it's slightly... Anyway, with hooked up we can get to the east side of Death Mountain. Is Emerith gonna do the mirror strats? Apparently not.
Yeah, maybe Emerith is thinking to go ahead and jump in the portal on top of Turtle Rock. That way, if the medallion is compatible, we can open it immediately, even if you have no intent of going in.
I know Emerith is using Garnet here, but Emerith can't pound down those pegs that hard.
Ah, yes, yeah, you keep forgetting. When the hammer doesn't show up until really late in the seed, I keep forgetting what you actually need it for.
Yeah. Well, so far there's nothing in battles. Oh, what are those?
Except for those!
Well, that leaves 2 more items in logic. And it's also very nice to have those boots once you decide to go into Spiral Cave. But yeah, look at Firestorm. This is much better routing coming out from him. But yeah, we have all the medallions, so yeah, none of the medallions were in an awkward position. So, but my prediction has not lasted, and not yours either. So we even.
So now it's our job to come up with the most trolliest place for them to be now that we've eliminated all these options.
Yeah. So Swagnet and Bloopy in Super Bunny. So Emerith have both Emerith and Firestorm then has Hookshot Cave and Spiral Cave, and we are probably gonna see Firestorm using that mirror later on to get to Hera. So where will Emerith go after this one?
Yeah, we're pretty much down to some of these one-off checks. Like you were saying before, it might be a Gina.
If they're gonna do it again now, do Swamp Palace first. On the first test in Swamp Palace, why not? Because it's on the way.
You're right, but it's such a time investment.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing with it.
Well, looks like Amor's making the same mistake I just made, forgetting that the hammer is required here.
Nearly the same mistake. So just fire shield on the island as well. So nothing not really. Only the boots so far giving us anything good.
Alright, hear me out. Boots to the book in King's Tomb. And then they have to find a sword somewhere to get the hammer off of a tablet.
They need another sword before that.
Well, if that is the expected logic, you know that 2 of your swords are going to be in Gan's tower in that case.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, we're about to see King's Tomb. Oh, there it is!
Why not? It was on the path. So what are we gonna find then in Bonk Box? Because right now we actually have the items for Swamp Palace with that. Oh, speaking of swords.
So two very good items coming off of those boots.
Yeah. So right now, looking at our trackers here, we are missing 3 items from Go mode.
That's right, we're going to need the fire rod, we're going to need the bow, and then we're going to need the flute in order to get over to Meyer.
Yeah. Oh, look at this gamble from Emerith. The Firestorm also been denied entering the fight. Even gets knocked down.
Oh man.
Oh.
That's got to be the first time I've seen someone fall that far off the stage. I wasn't even sure if there was another hole. I didn't know if there was another hole that he was going to fall into because he just fell so far off the beaten path.
Imagine falling down to the entrance when you're falling that far away. But yeah, who hurt Trollon today?
Definitely ate his Wheaties this morning. No, stay up there. There we go.
Okay, then the moment of truth here for Emerith. If any of the 3 required items is here, that is gonna be huge. Oh, okay. Not quite what we expected, but I'm game. We are gonna head off to a swamp soon, so why not?
Yeah, another fetch quest to add to our list.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fetch quests, we might see fake powder here. But first, hammer time.
Well, just some vampire skewers down there.
I like the melee users here. Going to Batcave first and then going back up and collecting that the purple chest. So we are gonna see actually quite a nice chain here will be going on here for Emery. But first, Batcave.
3 bombs.
But as I said, we're gonna see quite a nice chain here because Emma is gonna pick up the purple chest. The purple chest will be delivered then she can, with that, enter Swamp Palace. After that she can head over check Thomas tablet, and after that he still hasn't got anything, so he can head into the desert. And while doing desert he can do Agina.
That is quite the chain. Be sure to take a breath. Looks like we're also going to get K45 down here while we're at it.
Why not? Oh, LavanFirestorm also decided to go for the gamble into Chief Town. At least both of them are gonna be equally trapped by that. Imagine doing a rap to this beat you are listening to.
just another 10 arrows there, so no value yet from this chain.
Yeah, time for Bumbo's tablet.
Another heart. Won't say no, but not what we want to see.
My Goma sense is tingling. I'm gonna expect Flute to be in desert.
Yeah, that's not a bad place for it. Especially these runners are going to be thinking to avoid desert until they find the flute, so it'll be a question, if that is the case, which runner decides to go there first? Which one runs out of options first?
Yeah. But the real question is, who is gonna dip Ice Palace first?
Oh, I love this water temple theme for the Swamp Palace.
Yeah, it's really nice. It certainly raises the stakes. Oh, look at that lamp! What did I tell you?
Alright, that makes it for a really trolly sequence, because that's basically, the lamp gave you the logical access to go up Death Mountain. The lamp led to the boots led to the hammers. So by extension, the hammer was in the first chest of Swamp Palace this time around.
Don't you just love it, having to double dip your Swamp Palace?
Alright, so now the big question, will Amarith check left side of Swamp first, or will we go all the way to the back first? Well, we find the compass there, so that means there's at least one item in that area.
So it's wonderful that we are finding the compass in the compass chest.
Yeah, and looks like that one item is enough to send Amarith over here to the left side.
Understandable. There's guaranteed to be one item over here, or one big key locking the item. Imagine the surprise face you would get if you decided to take away the water here and then walk out and seeing flippers being there in the light for all the water. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm interested to see if Firestorm decides to head over to the left side as well.
Yeah, we'll get to see here pretty soon if it'll be worth it or not.
Well, what about the second test? The survey says maybe.
TBD.
So what do we have here in the big chest? The survey says it was worth.
Yeah, definitely not progression, but I will take half damage any day of the week.
Yeah. Personally, I don't like the blue mail on Garnet. Yeah, which one of these two sprites are your favorites?
Well, unfortunately, all of my bomb jump setups are with the vanilla Link sprite, so whenever I'm actually racing, I have to use the Link sprite. But if I'm just playing casually, I do like the Will from Illusion of Gaia.
Ooh, that's nice. You want to know a nice sprite where the shadow is not depicted?
Well, it's not necessarily the shadow, because I know the shadows are mostly consistent between sprites, but it's just I use Link's hat and I use his ear for some of my lineups.
Ah, okay. I tend to use Lucario. I really like that sprite.
Another solid choice.
Yeah. The red main on Lucario looks so good.
Yes, but shoutouts to all of our sprite developers. There's some really great sprites out there. Everything from characters in other video games to things like, I think there's a Guy Fieri sprite in there now, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, that one is really, really good. Yeah, you just wait until Gordon Ramsay is on the list as well, and then we talk.
I think an interesting one from my wish list would be an Abraham Lincoln sprite.
I can actually see that in front of me. It will look really, really nice. Yeah, Emma is choosing to do spins here in the second phase. Did not have the possibility to do a quick kill because no magic for the ice rod, but got him down, but nothing in swamp either. So which one of the pendant dungeons are we gonna see?
Well, like you were saying, Desert Palace, you know, has a couple of items in it, but yeah, at this point, there's really not a lot of places that you can go that have more than 1 or 2 items, so we're really getting down to the last possible checks. Amrith looks like to be heading to Desert right now, which will give him Agina and then the 2 desert items.
Yeah, but we also have the Desert Ledge as well, so in total there are more items over here than Ice Palace, and Ice Palace, we all know about Ice Palace. You don't want to do that one.
Yeah, save that for Go mode.
Come on, Emerith.
Wait until you see what the item is, and then bomb Agina.
Yeah, you are now allowed to drop a bomb. Agina probably switched that out and out now just because Emerith threw that bomb. It's like, well, you decided to bomb me, you're not... you probably don't want this fire rod now because of that. But you want to know a really cool thing that could happen at the moment?
Tell me.
Imagine fire rod being on Laser Bridge.
Well, I mean, where else would you put it?
Yeah, it's a vanilla location on Turtle Rock Bridge. It totally makes sense.
Oh man, yeah, everything has to line up perfectly though for that to occur. And I think you have to have. Well, no, you'd have to. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So how that works is that you get the small key in the first chest, then you get another small key in by the the Garsom's room, then you get the big key in the lava room, then you get another small key from either Crystal Roller or from the big chest, and that will make so that Fire Rod can be on the bridge.
Yeah, so it has to be perfectly aligned in order for that to work out.
Yeah. And with that, imagine if the flute was behind the torches.
Well, we see a piece of heart there on the torch, so that's one of our Desert Palace items gone.
Yeah.
And there's the other.
Yeah. So, off to Iceland? Question mark?
Yep. So yeah, question in chat, how we got so far. It's an hour 15 in, and we're only 3 crystals in, and we're looking for some key items here. We're still on a search for a bow, a fire rod, and a flute, and we are running out of locations.
Well, it's time to pay the witches, so it's a visit. But you have Firestorm echoing Amarith's route here. But look at that fire rod!
There it is. Taking the opportunity to top off with some potions here. So another question is, how long until Lavan goes and follows suit, heads up to see our friends the witches?
That is a really weird location right now, so we could possibly see Ice Palace before that. I wouldn't rule that out. Wait, Amarith, why are we going to Ice Palace? You have Turtle Rock! You can finish off Turtle Rock!
Yeah, you know, if Amarith wanted to do Ice Palace, it was already open because of the Bombos medallion. So I'm not sure what the thought here is, but Turtle Rock's definitely having a lot of items. That's the other 5/6 crystal. So there's 2 more items behind that as well.
Yeah.
But maybe Amarith sees something in the tea leaves that we don't, and it'll work out.
So you mean to tell me that the Garnet Sprite actually keeps the power that Garnet has in the show?
That I can't speak to, unfortunately.
And because Amarith only has a Mars Sword here, it's gonna use a hook just to take care of the penguins.
Still loving how this MSU1 pack has got songs specific to each dungeon, whereas most randomizer seeds you would have one song for your pendant dungeons and one song for your crystal dungeons. It's picked out a special theme for each dungeon, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Alright, here we are, Ice Palace Bomb Jump.
And Amarith did buy Blue Goo, so we should not be too worried about the health here. But might have to be worried about the bomb amount here though.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where I need the sprite, the hat sprite of Link to line up, because I look for a particular pixel on the move down.
Yeah. That looks good though.
There it is.
Ah, come on, it's just a boy. Don't miss the excitement we are having on this seed. So yeah, Firestorm running up here to check what's on the Lumberjack because yeah, has the items now for Aga. It's a good choice to do that. I mean, might actually see this being turned into checking ped. Okay, so Amerith realized that she does have a key, so can just head over to the hook shot side immediately. It doesn't have to do any fancy bomb jumping.
Yeah, that bomb jump in particular, you only get one shot at it, so if you mess it up, you're gonna lose some time.
Yeah. So get your hypes up on ped. Today it is gonna be a sword!
Wow, is this even randomized? Alright, well, so obviously our runners are not going to be too keen of going through 3 whole dungeons just to get a better copy of their swords, so we're looking at either a Master Sword or a Tempered Sword Ganon, provided they find that last sword that's somewhere out in the world.
Yeah. Oh, we are gonna see an Ether tab check here from Firestorm. And we have the single arrow of destiny has been graced upon us.
That's right, it is a unique item.
And we're even gonna see the basement of Hera as well. Right now, Firestorm doesn't want to have a single location left behind.
Yeah, he's probably thinking that the lamp, finding the lamp, opened up a lot of these firelock locations. Is going through the list of places that could potentially be fire-locked, thinking that the fire rod might be behind them. Now, unfortunately, we know that the fire rod is behind that mushroom that he picked up a little while ago. Oh no, wait a sec, he didn't pick up the mushroom.
No, he didn't.
Now, where was that originally?
Oh, that was long ago. I actually don't remember. Maybe our wonderful tracker today, iBot, knows.
Oh, and it turns out that it was powder there in the basement, so that's going to send Lavan over to the magic bat, I'm sure. Dead rocked. Lavan's just gonna have to reset the screen.
Yeah.
Alright, Lavan makes the play here going into Turtle Rock. So again, we were talking earlier about how you have to find a key in that first chest. Without a key, kind of similar theory here to Pod, we don't find it, we have to leave. And this time there is no bottle glitch that we can do to get out of it.
Yeah, this can be so punishing for Firestorm. Oh, it was in Spiral?
Spiral Cave, and I think
Okay.
Lavan just rounded that out.
Yeah, I can understand that, honestly. The fire went into Hera.
Oh, wow. That's the bow.
Okay, that is interesting. Yeah, that is gonna force Firestorm away and into Spiral, probably. No, it's gonna head over to Spike. No! Firestorm, no! Okay, if this is gonna be value, it has to be flutes here for Firestorm.
Yes, that's right. If the flute's anywhere along this Turtle Rock chain, we can pretty much say that Amarith has got a commanding lead, but we won't know until we actually see it come out of one of these chests.
Yeah. Yeah, just 20 rupees in Spiral, in Spike rather, so yeah, fortunate for Firestorm. That's gonna take probably a super long time before it actually 6 Spiral.
Yeah, and that might be something that Lavan overlooks just because of kind of the weirdness of routing the mirror and everything, making sure you get all the checks. I don't know if he's conscious about whether or not he actually abandoned it. But armed with the bow and the hammer, Lavan is just going to go ahead and finish up the Eastern Pod combo and hope that his Fire Rod is located somewhere within those two, even though we know it's not.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Firestorm is not any. It could have just hovered the torches in that room.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a human do that either, so he's not alone in not being able to do that.
I have seen someone do that hover though. I don't remember who. Wait, is it John? Why are we waiting? Yeah, that is correct, John.
Yeah, we were just discussing this. Lavan's Fire Rod is located behind the mushroom, and it looks like we found the mushroom was in Spiral Canyon, so it is going to be quite some time before Lavan gets back there.
Yeah. Oh, flute! We have go mode for Emerith at 1 hour 27 minutes and 5 seconds.
And boy, what I tell you, that is a very long time to wait for go mode.
Yeah, but look at what Emerith have left. Turrock is gonna be over in a quick minute. The same goes for both Pod and Eastern, and then Meyer is probably gonna be the biggest thing here, but that can also potentially be over really quick.
Yeah, so it just turns Meyer into a big key hunt.
Yeah. So they're gonna have two wonderful big key hunts today. The Emerith factor needs to be careful here. This fight needs to use a hook shot here to be able to dodge the fire.
Wisely taking the refill over here. You know, if you're feeling especially gutsy, you could actually hook shot the hearts in the hopes that maybe you'll accidentally get a double heart.
I quite like that little pick. It's cool.
Vaughn takes out the King Helmasaur.
Same time we're seeing the cape from Amarith. Why is the Smoky? There it is in the further chest. We're also gonna see the fourth because why not? It's gonna give us on the big red. We are gonna see the activation of the safety door as well.
Yeah, can't blame Amarith in this situation. With only the Master Sword, it looks like we're getting a refill here.
Yeah, Amarith here taking a little death here just to refill the hearts.
See, unlike Lavan, Amarith is not going to finish this seed with powder, and so heart management becomes a real big concern.
Yeah, absolutely. She did went ahead and bought some blue goose earlier, so she should be fine. And remember, this is Master Sword, so we are gonna see Amarith switching in and out of Hammer for the fight here. Quite a challenging fight, to be honest.
At least we have half magic at this point, so a couple errant shots go awry. We still have a few extra shots in our back pocket. But very nicely done, especially with those up hitboxes.
Yeah, and bad Eisen, bad Eisen.
Wisely quaffing a potion there at the last moment.
Eisen giving Amarith a little bit of problem, but made it through phase 1, so it's time for phase 2. And yeah, with that, Amarith is at 4 crystals.
And not to be outdone, Lavan has picked up his 5th, but is missing 2 key items in the Fire Rod and the Flute.
Yeah, Jan, it's not quite yet time for the guessing game. You have to wait a little bit longer for that. That was a little bit weird of a visual glitch there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think we just had to refresh the stream real quick there, but we're back on track. I'm gonna watch Amarith clean up the rest of the crystals here, and then we'll get to that guessing game. We do have to activate this flute here first in order to get to Misery Mire.
The tune has been sung and the goose is loose. Amarith is gonna start off with Meyer. And that did sound like a controller disconnection.
Yeah, we see that the Quake Medallion was required to open it up, but that's not a big deal. We had all 3 anyway. Taking a quick check over here in the shed, see if we can improve our bow or our sword at all. No such luck.
Yeah. I can imagine Amarith really would have loved the Silver's or tempered against victorious here. If you're tempered, you can do the dash strats, which are really nicely. If you're silvers, well, you already know what's gonna happen then.
Yeah, in this situation, probably the best strategy to go with, if you're not well practiced with any NMG skills, is to just pop on that cape and slash away at Vitreous. The cape will not drain as fast when there's also there's a ton of action going on the screen, and the game has a hard time doing two things at once. In this case, reducing your magic count and accounting for damage on the eyeballs.
Just with how the splash deletion glitch has been discovered, or rediscovered rather, would I say.
Yeah, it's just amazing how many different things we're starting to understand about this game as we continue to deconstruct it more and more to have fun.
So I have a bit of a question here in the chat. What is the NMG tactics for Victorious?
Well, I think you have tempered when you're in here in an MG, so you take a damage boost into the goo, which only does 1 heart, and then you do a spin into the left side of the eyeballs. You do the same on the right side, and then once the eyeballs are down, just clean it up with 8 arrows.
Yeah, and looking at it, it was a Gunmire today. While we've been talking here, so amazing.
Yeah, nice clutch fairy there from the Wizrobe.
But I don't think we're gonna see spooky action today because of the start of the glitch. Don't think that was correctly done outside of the mire.
Alright, Amrith is readying up the cape. Looks like we can get some cape strats in here.
Yeah. And right now the laser beam is not actually helping Amrith. He's gonna do less damage to the eyes.
Yes, but notice how slowly the match meter is ticking down.
Yeah.
Barely used a fifth of the meter.
Yeah.
Alright, Lavan has finished his checks of Ice Palace. Now I need chat to send him your energy. Just think, Spiral Cave, Spiral Cave, Spiral Cave.
Tacos, tacos, tacos. That is what I'm thinking about for most parts of my day. But yeah, Batcave for lava now.
Alright, so technically we are tied up on crystals, but Amarith is going to get 2 real fast ones in right here and suddenly be in the lead, while Lavan will still be looking around for the last piece of the puzzle.
Could we could we get a confirmation if Lavan is using a map tracker, and if that is the case, is that location marked off on the tracker?
Yeah, because Lavan's looking a bit lost here. So at this point, trying to look around, think about places that they've gone or not gone. Thinking about the logic, we pulled out the lamp there, maybe thinking about some of the fire locked locations.
Well, thank you, Mafka.
Well, looks like we're checking the library here.
Yeah, still as barren, as always. The only really time I expect something to be on library, to be honest, is when you're doing entrance. And we can see Firestorm is going over every check. This is really unfortunate for him.
Come on, chat, send the energy. Spiral, spiral.
We can do it, chat. We just need to believe. Lavan is going back to our ice palace. They're not believing hard enough. Harder. But you have a nice question here, actually, Bowl. Would that be considered cheating if you're sending the energy mentally?
Yeah, I don't think that that rule is in the rule set. Now, if you actually tell him, that would be against the rules. But there's nothing that keeps us and chat from believing.
Well, with that, Emery has 6 crystals.
And number 7 will be just around the corner here when we get back to Eastern.
So a little off of the wall question here. Out of these crystals that MF is collecting, are those ones the other crystal gems? Like is Stevens gonna be in one, Pearl in one, something like that?
No, I am not sure. What do you think, chat? Now, would it be cheating if we use the telepathic tiles within the game?
Oh, you mean the hint tiles?
No, just in regards to this discussion about whether or not telepathy is allowed in general and when picking up the rules of the race.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Amerif is setting up for the quick kill here with shooting the last one here with only 2 arrows. However, was hit there at the end, so missed the opportunity for a quick kill. But with that, Amerif has 7 crystals. Get your big key guessing game in, folks. The first one who guesses the closest to the actual key location gets the place on the leaderboard. 1 to 22. Where do you believe it's gonna be?
Alright, I've already entered mine in there. I love seeing Big Key in Hope Room, so my guess is number 2.
Wonderful.
Oh, now here's an interesting strategy. Amarith is heading up here, it looks like to Ice Palace, but it's actually going to the Fountain of Happiness. You can buy an upgrade to your capacities here, and that'll actually fill up everything to the top. So you can see with only 4 arrows left, Amarith keeping a good eye on the arrow count, buying the upgrade and filling up the arrows in the process.
That is really good game knowledge.
Yeah, because there's really no really good place to farm up arrows. In fact, the place I usually like to think about farming up arrows is a skull pod in the middle of Turtle Rock. That's how rare arrows are once you get to Death Mountain.
Yeah. But yeah, the guesses are, you can no longer guess as soon as Emmer steps into GT. So if you not get your guess in, make sure you hurry up and get it in. Yeah, also, look out if there's someone else who have guessed your guess before you, because if that will happen, it would be the one who typed it first that is gonna be the winner.
Yep, we got about 20 seconds before we cut it off, so get those last ones in. Oh, I love how the music changes to the midnight theme here at the end.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. But yeah, did you actually know in the vanilla game, the egg in Link's Awakening was actually gonna be in the Link to Past instead of Hera?
Oh, interesting. Did not know about that one.
So yeah, and good luck everybody. Who's gonna be the correct person?
Well,
it's not you.
Wasn't my guess. Wasn't my guess of 2, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we are gonna see right side for Emery here at the beginning. Not gonna do Tyrum though. We're gonna wait for that one.
Yeah, it's kind of a standard strategy that some runners like to follow. If there's a key in that first 2 chests, you go to the right side and finish her out.
Not if you ask my friend. He's doing Tyrum every time if he does right side first.
We don't like to speak of such scenes, though.
Yeah. Number 3 is a compass. Number 4 is a big red. Number 5 rather is 300, and number 6 is a piece of heart. And we are not seeing full right side, so we're gonna head over to the left now.
7 will be the torch, whether or not we pick it up. Just a small key. Amarith gonna say no to that for now.
Yeah, we need to keep Bob alive, okay?
Alright, going for the true pacifist route then.
Number 8 is a small key. Number 9 is the 10 bomb pack, the unique one when it comes to the bomb packs. Then we have blueberries at number 10, and at number 11 we have tempered.
A very nice find here late in the game because we knew that the last sword is over there on the Master Sword pedestal, so that was the last sword here in the game.
Yeah, an amazing pickup at this point in time. I don't agree with what Lavan is doing currently. You want to know why?
Well, mainly because the fire rod's behind the mushroom and spiral cave, but why else?
Yeah, right now, he's playing this like this is a pedestal scene, but right now, he can't do pedestal.
Yep, no way for him to get the fire rod if it's locked. Oh,
And level 13 was the correct answer.
Lucky 13.
How good it is. And looking here, we have a winner. It is Smoob. It's B Moro who is today the lucky winner. He receives 30 points for that one and has stepped up a bit on the leaderboard.
Here's the reason for the extra arrows. Since we only have the standard wooden arrows, it's going to take 2 arrows each to kill these red mimics, and if Amherst had not refilled, we would have run out. Oh, is Lavan making the play now? Is Lavan going to Spiral Cave?
He's doing it, boys! No!
Jabaited.
No, he's doing it, he's doing it!
Is. Double jabaited.
Hype!
Oh man, and even at the end of this, he's just gonna see the mushroom and is still gonna feel crestfallen.
Yeah. And we have the frustration of Slash. Yeah, time for the land molars too, and using the fire rod very efficiently. Did not get the 0 cycle, unfortunately. It's gonna go for the first cycle instead then.
It's still a solid 2 cycle land molar there. Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. Okay, are we getting the good setup here? Beautiful.
So satisfying to take all those reservoirs out with 2 strokes of a button there.
Yeah.
And here Lavan is at 1 hour 52 minutes. Not quite in go mode, but almost there.
Yeah, it's definitely on the path now.
So yeah, at this point you gotta feel like Lavan knows that he's pretty much almost out of it.
Yeah. Oh no. Lavan is going for Skull Woods. Okay, thank God.
So thank you, chat. We did finally manage to send the mental note over to Lavan, but unfortunately, 15-minute delay, and we've got silvers on Amherst's side. That's a great find right there at the end.
I really like this. It is 2 vendors here at the end.
Yeah, when we entered the tower, we were looking at a Master Sword Silverless Ganon, and at the end of it, we wind up with Tempered Sword and Silvers, and so the Ganon fight's going to be much, much easier.
Yeah. But yeah, with Trollum 2 defeated, it's time for a math test. And the chapter is geometry. Gets a double for the first one. Could only get a single there because of the bad placement of the copies.
Yeah, getting blue balls as well, not helpful.
A nice double there at the end to finish it off.
Yep, that would have been a triple if there had been one more hit to have.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing that this sound is here. But yeah, with that, it's time to get some bacon. And we have our silverware today.
Alright, kind of a standard Ganon Tempered Sword fight. We're going to have 12 slashes here in the first stage, another 12 in the second stage, and then 4 hits and 4 silver arrows.
Yeah, and look like Ganon is quite a philosopher today.
Nice positioning here to get some sword spin doubles. Those count like gold sword hits, and so it reduces the total number of slashes we need, and we're already on to phase 3.
Very, very nice. Is Ganon gonna play nicely today? Ah, silver! My one true weakness! Ooh, almost missed the torch glitch there.
Setting up for a double here.
Ooh, get sniped!
Oh, no.
And I don't believe Emery has a fairy.
No, just blue goo. That won't activate.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's got to be really tilting too. Amaranth has no idea that Lavan was having trouble with his side over there, so you got to imagine the heart's really racing there.
Absolutely.
It's hard to keep those nerves calm.
Yeah. And this time around, Ganon is not set up as nice as before. He's actually too hard, should take a blue here.
Showing off a nice little glitch here. If you're wearing the cape but you are holding onto the wall, the magic meter will not drain. Using that to avoid damage here. And not a bad strategy here. You're going to be drinking that blue potion anyway. You might as well get use out of the magic.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no! Silver is my one true weakness! Did not get torch glitch this time around. But Ganon is on the same cycle apparently. Well, there seems to be.
There it is.
Yeah, get your GGs in the chat for Emerith. Emerith is gonna take the first game here in round 2. of this bracket. So he's gonna walk across that deadliest gap in the seed, and it's gonna come in with an official time of 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 11 seconds. GG!
And with that, it looks like the Vaughn is going to go ahead and put in the forfeit. But a valiant effort on both of these runners' side here. Let's see if we want to get them in here for some chats. It looks like we are joined in the chat right now by LavanFirestorm and Amarith Alterna. GG's.
GG.
GG.
That was really unfortunate for your Firestorm.
I marked it off in my head that I was gonna do Hera, and then I was gonna do Spiral Cave. I did Hera, went back in to go try to do Tile Room, realized I didn't have a fire source, and save and quit.
Ah, that old song and dance. Well, the good news is you will never forget Spiral Cave again.
Oh, that's like the third. That's like the third time I've done that in a tournament race, so I probably will.
This entire seed felt bad, just like having to leave an item in Thieves Town, leaving an item in Pop, and then leaving an item in Harrow, so like freaking a Grating Tower alone by the sea or something.
Yeah, both of you were just gone for those items, basically. You didn't want to leave those behind.
Yeah, I've had a couple seeds where it's just like, oh man, Thieves Town that one item just always feels bad, especially after a really weird hammer place. And the hammer still wasn't even in logic. I was like, man, there's probably something after hammer.
Yeah, let's talk about that hammer logic real quick. So we found the lamp there in the first chest of Swamp. That gave you access to Death Mountain, which had the boots, and then the boots were leading you to Kingston, where you finally found the hammer. So by extension, that hammer was in the first chest of Swamp Palace.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Well,
like the entire,
we were able to...
I was gonna say, like the entire time, I'm like, man, I need that freaking lamp. How am I gonna freaking put Death Mountain back in logic? I can't get anything figured out after this.
I was hoping it would have been Flute that put Death Mountain back in logic, not the lamp, but
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that that the fire rod was blocking you from the rest of the progression here in the seed. I can't remember if you got to it, but the flute was just a few more chests beyond where you were in Turtle Rock. Did you get to it?
yeah, I got to the flute literally right before Amaranth finished. Amaranth, I always want to put an N in your name.
I get that a lot. Yeah, the flute was in the big chest.
Yeah. I was in the roller room just past the big key door when you finished.
Yeah, we were really glued to the screen over on Amaranth's side, looking at the Ganon fight. You took a death in the first one. Were nerves really getting to you? Were you anticipating the dot done anymore?
Yeah, I was like, there's no way he's not like right up my side, and just like, oh man, I really gotta get this quick. And like, I thought I got the sword hit in time, and I just didn't, and the bat came in and just blew me in the face.
But yeah, otherwise the seed was really, really interesting.
Yeah, that really early Dark World access, and like if you played Front of Escape like I did, it felt really good going into Thieves Town at like 10 minutes.
I didn't go in quite that early.
Yeah, because I took some Maria and did Front of Escape. I had the Half Magic and Cane, and I think Blue Cane too. So I was like, yeah, I feel comfortable doing blind with Half Magic, Blue Cane. I have 5 hearts.
Like I still had 5 hearts, but I checked a few other things first. Like I had a really rough early game. I died in Mini Moldorm Cave. It was bad.
Yeah, this seed was definitely starved for health in the very beginning, so really trying to make it really tough on you, trying to dodge everything and get everywhere while still on green mail. So kudos to you guys for being able to navigate it.
Thank you. It was a bit of a challenge. It was a fun seed though overall, despite how like Just kind of nasty it was being.
All right. Well, so that puts you up 1 win, Amarith, which means Lavan, you get a chance here to mess with the seeds a little bit, if you so choose. You have any idea what you might be thinking to change up for the second game?
I'm not sure if like there are 3 options for me. I'm either gonna do MC Shuffle, Fast Ganon, or 6-6. Those are the 3 I'm like going back and forth on.
Those ones seem really popular.
Yeah, they are super interesting. So looking forward to see what you chose to select, and hopefully I will be able to catch the second game.
It should be tomorrow around the same time as this one.
Okay.
I think that's
All
what
right.
worked best for both of us.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll get that
well,
in there in a little bit.
All right, that sounds good. So we'll find out what that is here pretty soon, and then we'll have game 2, and then game 3 if necessary a little bit later, and then you guys know who you face after the series?
Yeah, it's you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Someone
I got
seems
my-
invested.
Yeah, so I'll admit I was interested to watch this race a little bit, kind of see how you guys play things out, see what I'm in for. But no, this will be a fun one. So I'll look forward to whichever one of you makes it out of this stage.
Oh, well, if I'm the one that makes it, I look forward to playing against you.
Same. I always seem to play better when my back's against the wall, so we'll see.
Well, we got to play that one mine together a few months back, so I kind of know a little bit about how you play. So
Yep. At GDQ. Are you going to be at SGDQ this year? As well?
I was gonna try, but I got some really big news going on in my life, so in real life, so I may not be able to make it back. So if I don't, I'm gonna be looking towards at least Speed Gaming Live or the next day GDQ, unfortunately. But I'm gonna do what I can.
Okay. It's always nice to see people like in person from the community.
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons I really want to get back. Just gotta figuring out how to make it work.
Am I allowed to plug something real quickly when we're on that topic?
I don't see anyone stopping you.
Go for it.
So speaking of meeting people in real life, me and 3 other people are gonna meet up in Oslo in the weekend, and we are gonna do a lot of random. So that is gonna be live stream. So make sure to look out for that.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that in one of the Discord somewhere. I think either you or one of the other people that was meeting up was mentioning that.
Yeah, me, Noobly, Obscure Life Forum, and Hayfield Bay.
Sounds like a fun time.
It's gonna be.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have fun. I think that's probably going to wrap up our broadcast here today. So, any other last words before we get to the end here?
Oh,
All right.
GG. Good luck tomorrow.
Same. Can't wait to see what your choice is.
All right. Well, let's do some shout outs here. So thanks to MathGirl for setting up this broadcast. iBotto2 for tracking today. Thank you to my co-commentator Angels for talking with me, and especially give GGs and thanks and follows to our 2 runners, Amarith and Lavan.
Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the Go Mode podcast Twitch channel as well. I'm really looking forward to the next installment of that one. And also thanks also to Quiz Bowl as well for having been a nice co-commentator.
Oh, and you were. It was a blast to commentate with you as well, all the way from my hotel room on my business trip. So this was a blast. So thank you very much.
That's all, folks.